And welcome to episode 6 of the Balderdash podcast, the podcast that bullies your grandmother at bingo. That's right, you're not safe at all. I am Red Devil, joined of course by my co-host, Uncle Legend.
I don't bully your grandma at bingo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Balderdash podcast, episode 6.
Welcome in.
I don't have a name for this one yet.
I'm sure we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah, normally I have a pretty good idea for a name before we get started, but I do not have a name for this one, not yet at least. But yeah, okay. This week's podcast has gone through so many changes, though, low key. Like, we had a guest. That guest had some things come up, couldn't make it, right? So then we're like, all right. We were going to do the call-in episode next week. But since we don't have a guest, we're going to this is going to be the community episode, baby. So we're going to be taking Discord calls. You guys can get in on the conversation. We'll let you know when that's starting, because we got to do. We're gonna do some talking first. But if you guys wanted to join in the conversation, you wanted to hop in the Discord, you wanted to ask us questions, you wanted to do anything like that, you'll have to join Uncle's House Discord and go into the Hangout Discord channel. It's a voice channel. Just hang out in there. Let us know in chat that you want to join in, and we'll drag you in, and we'll see what you got. If you've got input on the subject, you've got questions, you just want to, I don't know, tell us your favorite color is purple.
If we're talking about something and you guys want to comment, just mention something in either one of our chats or however, and we'll drag your ass in.
Yeah, baby. Red, how was your week, though? It's been a whopping 1 week since the last podcast, if you didn't know.
It has been.
Oh.
7 days.
Yeah, to the dot, actually.
My week actually wasn't bad. So I'm coming off of, the dentist stuff where I said I was going to end up paying $6,000. Well, I got a coupon.
Oh, nice.
I ended up saving a little over $1,000.
Who'd you blow?
Don't worry about that. That is privileged information only.
I see.
So yeah, I got that. That's scheduled. I go Wednesday for my first appointment. So we'll get all that worked out, get all that done out of the way.
This Wednesday?
This Wednesday, yes.
Ooh.
Other than that, I mean, it was a pretty good week. Sold my Yukon to Spades, got that up to him. Well, his neighbor came and got it.
Nice. There you go.
Got my year-end eval at work. Gonna make a little more money this year. That's always nice.
Did they tell you? You did a great job, Red?
No, it was just here's your increase.
Oh, all right.
Other than that, on the gaming front, man, it's really I did run a lot of Super People with Vash. So I think it was 2 days me and him ran that. I got Vash into Destiny 2. He's addicted now.
Yeah.
Playing the hell out of Destiny 2, and then yesterday, Legend convinced me to get Outriders.
Fun.
So
we had fun.
It's a good game. I do like it. I'm a little worried about end game content.
Just enjoy the journey, not the destination.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like I don't know.
It's a good story.
Got to have something to keep me there. Like I need something after the fact to stay. Raids, something.
Well, yeah,
entertaining.
I not every game you have to stay. Some games you just play through the story, you enjoy it, you move on to the next game.
I like games with some content.
Yeah, that makes sense.
See, I don't know. I really haven't been playing many single player games in the past couple of years. It's been all multiplayer.
Yeah, I've been dying for a story game. I think that's why I wanted to play Outriders so bad. I've just been dying for like.
It almost feels like it's been since Cyberpunk flopped. Because I was so hyped for Cyberpunk and it flopped.
What was that game again?
Cyberpunk.
It doesn't ring a bell.
How do you not remember Cyberpunk?
Because it was so bad.
It was bad. But
That was the biggest blue balls I think anybody's ever experienced in their
It,
lives.
it was rough
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, other than that, not too much. But it was a good week. What about you, Legend?
Sorry. Hold on. Okay. No.
You're
I
sorry about your week?
Yeah, dude, I'm really sorry about my week. No, my week was great, man. Honestly, I had a really good time. It was my birthday last Wednesday. And that was fun. Did a drinking stream. Those are my favorite. I like doing drinking streams. But no, it was fun. I turned 24. We didn't really do that much this year. We kind of just hung out. I spent the actual day with my community, and then me and my wife hung out on Saturday. And binge
How
watched.
dare your wife take time away from the community?
I know, dude. She's like, I want to spend some time with you because it's your birthday, and I'm like, why? No, it was fun. I love spending. For anybody who's not like frequent the channel, or maybe you just listen to the podcast or whatever, I take a day off a week at least one day a week to just spend with my wife. She gets me for a whole day. I love spending time with my wife, but yeah, we did that. Nothing too crazy. My parents got me some. They got me some sound panels for my birthday to put up on my walls. That's why I have the blur effect on this one, because I'm doing that wall right now and it looks like shit. So so I decided to just blur it out for the time being. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it was a pretty good week. I played a lot of Tarkov, getting back into it.
Hey, you've been balls deep in Tarkov, man.
It's one of those games, man, to where like I'll need to take a break from it eventually, because it'll just like it'll annoy the crap out of me and it'll make me so mad, and then like I'll go back to it and it'll suck up my entire life for another month, and then I'll take another break. But no, I've been having a lot of fun with that. Outriders was a blast. Other than that, I've been finding it hard to find games. Because like I said, I want a game with a good storyline, like good cutscenes, good graphics, just like, not something where I don't have to sweat or anything. Just I can relax, enjoy a good story driven game, get some action in, blow some stuff up. That's where Outriders I've really enjoyed. But
Far Cry 6 might be up your alley then.
yeah, I have seen it. I don't do well with single player though. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Like I have
You're
to.
talking multiplayer.
Yeah, like
Co-op.
I have to play with someone.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I just can't play solo. Like I can't play games solo, or I lose interest like immediately, like so fast. It's yeah, like so fast.
Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, the week was good. I made a mistake. I did. I made a pretty drastic
We're gonna
mistake.
talk about this.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about this.
We're gonna talk about the mistake I made. So, to anybody who's curious, I have had the same haircut for probably like 10 years or so. I shave the sides, leave the top long. Occasionally, I'll cut the top down to like an inch, but it's always longer. Like I've always had the uptight, like crew cut, whatever you want to call it, type of hair. And so I've done it for 10 years, never made a mistake. I always cut my own hair. I was cutting my hair the other day and the clippers slipped. I cried. I drowned my sorrows in my own tears, and then cut all my hair off. And I went out. I had this hoodie on, actually. I had my hoodie on, and I put my hood up, and I walked out into the living room, and my wife said, the one thing she's always told me is that I'm not allowed to go bald until I'm balding. Then she'll let me cut all my hair off. So I walk out there, and I flip my hood down, and I look at her, and I'm just like, I hate myself. And she starts dying laughing. She can't look at me. She can't look my general direction without laughing at me because it's so bad. And at the time,
hilarious.
Yeah, at the time it was just buzz cut, right? Like I still had hair, and it looked terrible. So I told her, I was just looking like. We ate dinner. My brother came up the stairs. I was chopping up some veggies for dinner, and he comes up the stairs, takes one look at me before he can open his mouth. I point my knife at him, and I'm like, "You laugh at me, and I'm gonna stab you in the neck." And he couldn't help himself, dude. Everyone was laughing. The whole house was laughing at me. So I went into the bathroom and lathered up the old head, dude, with some shaving cream. Shaved it completely off. Took a razor to it, cut the shit. Oh my god, dude, I cut my head so bad. Oh, so bad. There was blood everywhere. It was terrible. But yeah. And then I didn't stream that day. That day was terrible. Like that whole day. Thursday of last week was probably one of the worst days I've had in a while.
Just a bad day
Yeah.
for Uncle Legend, huh?
Yeah. So I didn't stream. I get on stream the next day. Right. I'm
sure your community accepted you with open arms and did not say anything about your mistake.
No, they're wrong. They blasted me. Kmart Tim the Tap Man.
Kmart Tim, okay.
Your head looks like a penis.
Well, I mean,
Salvation
I
Army.
think that was me.
Tim the Tap Man.
That's like a low ass insult. Like gold red line in my chat just said Walmart Tim the Tap Man.
Yeah.
But like Salvation Army Tim?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
It's really bad. They were making fun of my bald head constantly. Yeah. So, I figure it kind of works out, right? Because Tim's chat makes fun of him all the time. And my chat makes fun of me all the time anyway. So I figured I would just look the part. Oh, yeah. And Vash had the kindness in his heart to come in when I was at my lowest. Right? The chat had been making fun of me for an hour straight, probably. And
okay.
Vash came in with his words of wisdom. Goodwill, Tim the Tap Man. Yeah. So I had 2 shitty days, back to
so
back.
nothing like a little kick while you're down.
Yeah. It didn't stop either. It was just, it was the whole time. But other than that, I got back into reading, which is nice.
Okay, what are you reading?
I'm reading the Horus Heresy Chronicles. It's 40K novel like series. It's really good. So the 40K universe is like 40, it's the year 40,000. And it's like all futuristic and like gory and dark, and it's not your mother's future book, that's for sure.
Okay.
It's very dark, war and brutality, and it's so good. It's a really good board. Yeah, it's a really good series. I'm almost done with the second book in the series, and it's really good. But there's like, dude, the universe, the 40K universe is huge. There's like 700 books. So I had to hunt down.
Out.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Well, they're not all tied. They're not all tied together. It's just a universe.
Interest is lost.
Yeah. No,
I'm not reading 700 books.
I'm loving it. I love to read. I just don't do it enough. I heard that reading's really good for your brain, which I kind of need since it's so much more exposed to the elements right now.
Less insulation up top right now.
Yeah, it gets cold. Dude, that was the first thing I noticed. I went and laid down for bed the night that I shaved it, and my head was freezing cold. My head was cold.
I'll shave my head sometimes, but it's just, I can pull it off because I have a full beard. I feel like if you have a full beard, you can easily pull off a shaved head. Now, right now, I have like a mohawk thing going on.
Yeah.
But that's one thing you notice. It's like the first thing you notice after you cut your hair is how cold where you just cut off is.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that happens to me too if I ever go to just a goatee, which I haven't done in years now. But same thing, like my cheeks will get so cold when I'm standing outside. It's crazy.
Yeah, I got pubes on my face. So there's really no, like, I call it facial hair. I won't even call it a beard. I grow facial hair in patches that sometimes form what looks like could be a good neck beard, and that's about all I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, eventually you'll, become a man and you'll be able to grow some facial hair. It's okay.
Speaking of you talking about my age, this is going to be our weekly question for the community, for you guys to answer on Twitter, Discord, in chat, whatever it is. If we were to design a new logo, a real logo, let's say that, a real logo, we want your guys' ideas because we want to see what you guys come up with. We, between the two of us, probably already have one in mind, but we really want to see what you guys can. We want to see where those dark, dirty minds you guys have go. Okay, so that's the challenge we're gonna set forth for you guys. is that's the question answered on Twitter?
Are you sure this is a good idea
Oh,
to source
dude, I
to our
can't
communities?
wait. I can't wait because you guys are all a bunch of little shits half the time. So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
I mean, I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. I absolutely love my community, but y'all are some trolly ass motherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be interesting.
Oh, it's gonna be great. But
I'm scared.
But speaking of that, so we have received quite a bit of feedback on what do we use on Anchor.
On Anchor.
About questions that you guys have wanted answered, questions that you guys would like us to elaborate on. So we're going to be answering all of the questions we've gotten so far. We're going to answer them in today's podcast, and then we're also going to be bringing you guys in to ask us more questions, comment on the topic that we're talking about, or anything of the sort. So Rhett, do you want to start with the first question?
Yeah, we can. So on Anchor, I didn't see any names attached. I'm still getting new to that, so I apologize if your name was attached, but certainly reach out and tell us if it was your question. First question I got was, how did we meet? So
I was dancing at a male strip club one night, right? And I see this bearded beauty walk in, and I just couldn't, like, I was like, man, he looks like a nice guy. Walked over, asked him if he wanted a lap dance. He said no. He was there with his friend, his uncle, actually. And so I was like, I looked over, saw this bald, short little shit sitting next to him. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I asked him, I was like, hey, does your uncle want a lap dance? He said no. So I went up and I did my whole number on the pole. They had actually requested "Diggy Diggy Hole" was the song I danced to, and ever since then we've just been best of friends,
So anyway, back in reality, not what legend wants to be reality. I'm pretty sure we met through 40s chat.
We did, yeah. It was through 40s chat, and then yeah, it was it was through 40s chat, and then transitioned over to Vash's channel. Until I finally found out that you streamed, and then came in there,
and then I finally found out that you streamed.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of met and kind of been hanging out ever since.
Yeah, we just kind of play games together.
Yeah.
No, nothing exciting. It's not like a romance novel. If anything, it's a bromance novel, baby. Yeah.
A little bromance, yeah.
No, it's nothing. Yeah, it wasn't anything exciting. It was just the Twitch chat, mutual friends.
Twitch chat.
No, whatever. Why did we start the podcast, Red?
All right, so one night, we were just sitting in Discord. Me and Legend are just talking. We're both like, I was like, I don't know what I want to stream. He's like, I don't know what I want to stream. We're just trying to figure it out. We're like, you know what? Let's just go live and talk. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll do some TikToks or something. So started doing a couple TikToks, and just like tonight, I realized TikTok on desktop sucks. It's very hard to stream because it's garbage. I'm like, all right, anyway, jump over to Legend. I'm like, anyway, what's up? So we talked for probably 2 hours?
Yeah.
About the stupidest shit. And after the stream was done, we're like, I think it was you said, hey, let's do a podcast. And I was like, yeah, let's do a podcast.
I've always wanted to do a podcast. I enjoy content creation. I enjoy streaming and everything. But my big thing is always just been kind of talking to people and shooting the shit and everything. And so I've always wanted to kind of do a podcast based on that. And honestly, like to people don't realize how hard it is to find someone who you kind of your personalities bounce off each other, so that you feel confident enough to like talk to them in a public setting to where you can have like a good rapport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, we just kind of have that. I think it's because we're both laid back, but yeah,
that could be it. I mean, it's easy, and how many nights do we spend in Discord with the cameras on or off, and we're just sitting around bullshitting?
Yeah, I know. It's yeah, so it kind of just came naturally. I feel like it was just a good timing. Like just good timing. early.
And I think with both of us, this is one of the things that we both really look forward to doing every week.
Yeah, yeah. This is probably one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite things about the week is doing the podcast because it's really relaxing. Like yeah. So there's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes into the podcast. There's a lot of work throughout the week that goes into it. But actually
Yeah, of course.
recording the podcast and doing it is definitely like the highlight of my week. 90% of the time.
And I'll be honest, I honestly feel like us sitting here doing the podcast is the easiest part of doing the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
The editing, the posting, the coming up with subjects, the looking at news articles. That's probably the hardest part of doing this.
Yeah, for me, the hardest part is just remembering to post on Twitter. Yeah, that is definitely the hardest part for me. Because I forget all the time to post on
I
Twitter.
forget all the time. And to be fair, like I'll probably get home from work tomorrow and I'll be like, Legend, I need the MP4 so I can get it up on all the socials, Apple, Spotify, all that, and be like, oh, okay. And then he'll start rendering it.
Yeah, dude, it's not rendered yet. Hold on.
Give me some time. Give me some time.
Well, half the time you're getting home from work and I'm waking up, so
This is true. Yeah. Living that professional streamer life over there.
Well, yeah. What's the next one? I think you have the next one.
Yeah, I got the notepad pulled up. Okay, so this is one I've actually been talking about a lot. Best ways to support a streamer.
Oh no.
I kind of want to break this up into two different types of ways of support. There's monetary support and non-monetary support.
This is the part of podcast where we ask you to go to our Patreon. Give us $200,000. No,
you can go to my OnlyFans and subscribe for $17.99. So I'm not gonna dive too deep. We're not like a super serious podcast. My opinion, best ways to support a streamer. If we're talking monetary side of things, if you are an affiliate on Twitch, Twitch takes 50% of your money. So anytime you gift a sub, you give bits. Twitch is taking 50% of that from the streamer you're giving it to and keeping it. Now, subs are great for the community. Don't get me wrong, because you might gift a sub to someone who hasn't been in a channel for a month and then they come back and come in. So, excuse me, my mouth's dry today. So, subs are not a bad way to go. My personal opinion, donos are the way to go. You're giving more money directly to your streamer and supporting them in a more direct way instead of, because you're losing money that you're giving them and then the streamer's losing money. So for me, I would say subs are good. Bits are fun because you have all the different alerts.
Yeah.
But in my personal opinion, I think that subs would probably be number 2 and direct donations would be number 1 and monetary support.
I would say,
now,
I would agree. My problem is like, I feel bad for the person, like when somebody gifts subs, it's great. Right. Like I enjoy it. Every streamer enjoys it. Right. But
yeah, of course you get hype. You feel good. I mean,
I feel bad for the people who gift the subs because you just paid Twitch. Let's say you gift 10 subs, right? It's about $50, 50 US,
Yep.
you just gave Twitch $25, right? Of your hard-earned money. And you gave the streamer you wanted to actually support $25 of your hard-earned money. And you could just go to PayPal and you could just gift $25 to the streamer and take your other $25 and buy a couple Chipotle burritos with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that being said, it's a touchy subject for a lot of people to talk about, but I feel like it's easy for us to talk about because neither one of us really gives a shit if you do give money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and don't get me wrong, if you take the time to spend any kind of money in my stream, it is very much appreciated, whether you're doing bits, subs, or donos. Like I love you no matter what, but you don't have to do any of that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's I think that I definitely feel like for the person gifting and trying to support their streamer, donations are a good way to go. If you just want to support the community and you want to just hand out subs so people have emotes and or you want to see the crazy alerts or whatever, then you can do do the bits, do the bits, do the subs, do that kind of stuff. But that would be my take on it for monetary. But there's a lot of ways to support a streamer outside of monetary means.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. Like if you don't have the money to support, which a lot of people don't, and that's perfectly fine. Twitch is free. Show up, watch, entertain. But I would say, if you want to support your streamer or someone you enjoy, a good way to do it is you can host the channel with your Twitch account, which, helps get stuff on get your streamer on more recommended pages. Another way, just talking in chat. Or like I put out a TikTok, go give the TikTok a like and comment on it. I put up a hover, same thing. I put out a YouTube video, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Those are huge ways to help a streamer.
Yeah, and I feel like one thing that a lot of people don't realize is how much hosting a channel helps, right? So like even if you don't stream and you're like, even if I host the channel, it's not like no one's going to be watching. Here's a fun fact for you. The more hosts you get, the more likely you are to appear on recommended pages. So hosting channels is a huge way, but even just being there, talking in chat is huge. So like streamers talk to themselves. That's just what you do. Like unless I'm in a Discord call with someone, I'm talking to myself. And
you have to.
Yeah, and that's just how it is. Like you're always talking to yourself, even if people are in chat. But it gives the illusion of being able to talk to someone else, right? So even if you're in there just to make fun of someone or do whatever, like I don't know. It's really important, and chatting, hosting, being a viewer, doing that kind of stuff is honestly really, really helpful.
Yeah, so that's the one thing you got to do if you want to support your streamer. And like I said, I'm not trying to say don't drop subs, don't drop bits. Do what you want to do. Support your streamer how you want to support them. We're just giving you a little insight on how it works behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Yeah, we're pulling back the green curtain a little bit and showing the giant wizard that is Twitch, who takes 50% of. It's pretty outrageous number too. 50% is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much it costs them to. I don't know how much this is costing them for me to be live right now. So I mean, I can't. I just know for me, receiving the money for what I put into the stream, I know that Twitch takes 50% of my subs and my bits.
Yeah.
But anyway, so next question we have. Has streaming affected our lives in any negative way?
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead. I want to hear how it has.
Okay. All right. So before I was a full-time streamer, I was a construction worker. I operated cranes, installed signage. I had a pretty cool job. But when I would get home, I wanted to stream, right? And so I was trying to do it and turn it into a career. And in doing that, I sacrificed a lot of free time. Or not free time, but a lot of time I could be spending with family, friends, loved ones, all that kind of stuff in order to grow the channel and in order to provide entertainment for other people. Now, luckily, I have an amazing wife, and she has supported me the whole way, and she loves it. She actually likes that I stream. She finds enjoyment out of it, but yeah, there's definitely drawbacks to it. I would say that this is getting pretty serious. But
it's the questions we were asked. I can't do anything about what people are pushing at.
I know. I would say for me though, a lot self-confidence is a really big thing. It could be a hard one sometimes because you're constantly staring at yourself. Right? Like I always have my cam up and I can always see myself. So it's all like, imagine that for 8 to 10 hours of the day, you just sat there and looked in a mirror, right? You would start to find every imperfection you could find about yourself or about since we're doing content, the content you're putting out. I rewatch my VODs. I do all this stuff. So there's a lot of times that I get to see myself and I get to see how I act and the things that I do, that there comes a point to where you just kind of have to accept yourself for who you are. But until you get to that point, there's a lot, there could be a lot, like there was a lot of like self-doubt problems that I had for a really long time. I feel like I'm fairly confident now, but even at times it's like I don't want to stream today because I don't want to look at my ugly mug. I don't know why you guys want to look at my ugly mug. But no, that's yeah. I would say that those are the two biggest like negative impacts that streaming has had on my life. Now they do not
Okay.
outweigh the pros, but they're definitely some
Yeah,
cons.
that's what I was gonna say. One of the pros was self-confidence. I mean, you do this long enough, you're gonna boost your self-confidence for sure. As far as me with negative, I mean, I'd say I don't feel like there's been a lot of negative for me other than the fact that streaming has made me hate some games. Just because I feel like there's some games I have to play because it's what everybody's playing, it's what people want to see, and I feel like I have to play them.
Yeah.
So, not so much lately because now I'm just, what I want, not worried about it. I'm just gonna be me. I'm here to sell myself, not what I'm doing. That was probably the only negative for me. Overall, I think, which has been good for me. I've made a lot of amazing friends out of this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I feel like the pros to streaming heavily outweigh the cons.
yep.
Like even if you get a lot of negative effects and stuff from streaming or even being part of the Twitch community, like the pros are gonna outweigh it. You're gonna make friends. You're gonna build your self confidence. You're gonna find new games to play, new people to play with. You're gonna find yourself and like what type of entertainment you like to put out to people, and
Yeah.
you're gonna find people who enjoy that entertainment, which is gonna give you guys, like a what's it called? It's gonna give you people who have stuff in common with you.
Yeah, you're gonna find very like-minded people on Twitch for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the serious. Is that the last serious question?
Yeah, it's the last serious question.
Okay.
So the next question is, do we have any guilty pleasure streamers we watch? So I'm
Oh.
assuming the way this question was worded, they're talking about if you go into the hot tubs and pools category of Twitch.
No.
I'm assuming that's what they're meaning by this, because like guilty pleasure streamers. So
Or even someone that's maybe not like a lot of people don't like, but you thoroughly enjoy, I guess.
maybe that could be. So I'm gonna let you go first. I mean, I have an answer for this, and I'm gonna be honest on stream here. So I'm gonna let you go first.
I don't really.
If you don't have one, that's cool. It was just a question that came across.
No, I don't have one.
podcast.
If I did, I enjoy watching Pokemon's TikToks.
Okay.
But I don't go into any like, yeah, I don't go into streams or anything like that. I don't go into hot tub streams. I don't do like, I don't know. I don't watch any of that. Actually, there is one girl that I really like watching on TikTok, but she's not even a guilty pleasure. She's just an awesome content creator, and it's Toodles. She's a Hover.
Okay.
She started on Hover and she got really big on there, and she's Australian and she's funnier than shit. That would be like the closest one though. I mean,
Okay.
What about you? You've got it. I know you have one.
I'm not gonna lie. There's times where I'm sitting here and there's not that many people streaming. I have gone into amorous streams.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna deny it. I have a thing for redheads. And as some of my closer friends would know, I also have a little thing for accents. So I've been known to go into some foreign streamers. Like British accents I find attractive, so that I follow a few British ladies on my Twitch.
You like the British accent?
I don't know what it is. It drives me insane. I love it.
Oh. I'm that way. I'm that way with really southern, like cowgirl accents. Bro,
Okay.
that is you want to know a funny story about that? My wife and I, we lived in Texas, or we moved down to Texas from Colorado for about 6 months, and I went down there by myself to like make sure that we got a place to live and get my job all set up and everything, and my wife was giving me the hardest time, bro, because she knows that like I like cowgirls, dude. I like the accent, I like the look, I like the clothes, like I like the whole nine. And we lived in southern Texas, so she was like,
she's just fucking with you the whole time, right?
the whole time, dude. I called her
I love it.
I called her pretty much every night to tell her good night, and she was always like, Like, so what cowgirl is getting in your bed tonight? And I always came up with a name or something for her. But yeah, dude, every time we talked, and when we were apartment hunting, I would sometimes try to video call her to show her the apartments to get her approval.
Yeah.
And one time I was showing one of the apartments off, and the leasing agent who was helping me, she's a female, and she had a really sweet, nice voice to her. And I'm not gonna put anybody down, but she was not my type. We'll just say that she was not. I did not find her attractive. But my wife heard her voice, and she goes, "Turn the camera around."
Let me see who you're talking to. That's great.
The Swag Daddy Dior said to own that shit. Own your Amaranth obsession.
I wouldn't call it an obsession. It's just like when I'm sitting here, I don't even follow her. It just always shows up in my recommended, so I don't know if Twitch just knows me that well.
Sure.
But my more guilty pleasure would be my UK ladies and my Australian ladies that I follow.
Australian accent's so good.
It is.
I'm pretty convinced that if you live in Australia, you're automatically about 2 to 3 points on the 1 out of 10 scale hotter.
Probably.
It doesn't matter if you're
doesn't
matter if you're a guy or a girl. It doesn't matter. I just feel like just everybody down there is just so much more attractive than any American. Like if you're a 5 in America, you're a 3 in Australia. But if you're an 8 in Australia, you're like an 11 in the States, right? Like it's just, I don't know. Australians got it made, dude. But you guys got the shittiest country. Like when it comes to wildlife, literally anything out there, you step on the wrong branch and that branch could kill you. You have like you have threats you can't even see. You want to go swimming in the ocean, just take a net because there's some jellyfish out there with 8-mile long tentacle things that'll stab you and you'll be dead in like 5 seconds. Like I don't know.
It's like being born in a hard mode.
Yeah,
like
dude.
You just selected hard mode. Like that's where you're at.
Yeah. You live in like Oregon, bro. You live in Oregon. You got born into creative, right? You're in creative Minecraft. There's nothing in Oregon that can kill you, other than the people. You get born in Australia. You step out the front door and you're dead. Like, unless you know how to live down there, you'll have Australians when people are like, I want to move to Australia. You'll have Australians be like, yeah, all right, well, you're gonna have to learn something. You know, you're gonna have to learn how to survive down here in Sydney, in the city. Not even in the wilderness. You're gonna have to fight 9 different types of animals just to get to your day job as an accountant. I do want to visit down there, though. It does sound like
that's like my dream to go to is Australia, to be honest. And I don't even want to go to the city. I want to go in the outback.
Dude, I won't. I will go down there. I can do land animals. All right, bugs, land animals, all that kind of stuff. I will not step one pinky toe into their damn water anywhere, dude. Nowhere. I don't care if it's a fucking river, a small creek, the ocean, a pond, some lady's swimming pool in the backyard. I don't care. I'm not getting in it. I'm not touching your water. I will sweat my entire body weight off before I get in your pool.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's not happening because the water creatures and water, like the little bugs in there, everything could just. Don't they have the penis bug down there? The little.
I think that's South America.
Is that South America?
I'm pretty sure that's South America.
South America, dude. The Southern Hemisphere is fucked. South America's all weird too.
Yeah, they got that little catfish with the barbs that swims up your penis and just like.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no.
I still want to be able to use it. I'll pass on that.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, enough with the Australian. It's not even slander. It's just the truth. All right? So before you come at me saying that I hate Australia, walk out your fucking door and tell me that I'm wrong. Just look outside for a second, pet your pet kangaroo, feed your crocodile, tell your bathroom spider to chill out for a second, and then tell me that I'm wrong. All right?
But I do want to thank everyone who pushed questions in this week, and if anybody has any, feel free to throw them up. Even if they're serious, we'll answer them.
Yeah, we'll answer them. I won't go on another Australian rant, I swear to God.
He will next week. He'll forget he did it this week, but it's all good, you know?
Yeah. We're gonna open up the floor now. If you guys wanted to hop in the Discord, just join one of the voice channels in Uncle's House Discord, and I'll drag you into the live channel. We can talk about whatever. You can ask us questions. You can comment on Australia. You can comment on
Comment on Australia.
Yeah, you can comment on Red falling in love with Amaranth or his redheaded UK girls or whatever. Swag Daddy Dior hopping in hot and heavy. He wants in. He wants it. Yeah, he wants it bad. What's up, Swag Daddy? Uh-oh. Hello?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
A little loud. I'm going to turn it down just a skosh.
We gotta mute and unmute.
You're good, dude. What's up?
What's up? Just hanging out, listening to the fucking thing. It's pretty dope.
You like it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you got for us? What do you got for us, Swag Daddy?
You guys are talking about accents and stuff, and I agree with you a little bit on the Southern drawl thing. Like
molasses.
I got myself a pretty decent Southern drawl. But
okay.
You guys were talking about the whole Southern Hemisphere is fucked. You're like, don't forget the fucking catfish that swims up your piss and shit. It was like, you can't forget giant snakes, eels that'll burn you when they electrocute you. Just a bunch of crazy shit, man.
Yeah, they got everything down there, bro. It's like Florida, but an entire continent.
See, I think I'm more afraid of the fucking penis catfish than I am an anaconda. Just to be perfectly honest.
It depends on the situation.
Dude, I can outrun an anaconda. I am convinced I could outrun an anaconda.
Your fat ass is not outrunning no anaconda.
I could for maybe like 15, 20 feet at least.
15, 20 feet.
Yeah, you get that good fresh sprint and then it's game over.
You know the scariest thing about an anaconda, low key, is its damn mouth, dude. Because those teeth are like barbs, right? Because they got all those razor sharp teeth, but they're almost like fish hooks. So once it bites you, only it can release you. Like you can't get pulled out of the mouth of an anaconda. It has to let you go.
I'd still rather have that than something up my dick. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather deal with an anaconda.
100%. I'm with you on the penis catfish, dude.
It's like when you fucking go to take a shower, you get soap in your dick and it just burns.
No, I would say that my biggest, if I had to take my biggest like animal fear or whatever you want to call it, it would be that little tiny thing that lives in Australia, and it's like black and baby blue, and it's maybe the size of a quarter, but it has the same toxins that the man of war jellyfish has.
Okay.
The only difference is that this little thing can choose to release it or not. So it could be happily crawling on you, right? And you could be like, oh my God, it's so cute. And then out of nowhere, it could just get pissed and kill you. It's like 20 minutes. No, I'm not even kidding, dude. If you don't get treated in 20 minutes, you're dead. And it's the size of a quarter. Now, it's like fluorescent baby blue, but yeah, no. That thing, I don't even know why it exists.
That's not even the worst thing in Australia.
That is the worst thing to me.
So for me, it's this plant that literally like causes such intense pain that you want to kill yourself.
Oh yeah, with the little hairline needles.
Yup.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'd rather have that than a dick fish.
That's a toss up for me, man. To be honest with you,
I don't want either of them. I won't be honest. I do not want either one.
I
would say the last thing I want on Earth is the dick fish.
I don't want that on my fucking headstone. Killed by the dick fish. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want that. I don't want everyone to know that's how I went out. I wanted to be cool, not fucking
loving father, amazing husband. Killed by dickfish.
Exactly. I don't need that.
I would rather on my gravestone it be said that I got killed by a high point than that dickfish.
Exactly. All right, so Swag Daddy.
Yes, sir.
I haven't been able to ask this question in about 2 weeks.
What's up?
3.
3 weeks. I need to know something.
What's up?
Are you a grower or are you a shower?
I'm a grower. 100%.
All right.
I will gladly say I'm a...
The confidence, dude. He walked in the room. He just like walked in. He came into the Discord call swinging his massive growing dick around. And he's just like, grower. grower, dude.
It might be little now, but give it a minute.
Shit.
They call me the Orbeez. Stick it in water and watch it grow.
Nah, brother, it's like a fucking animal balloon. It just
Oh my
this
god.
fucking guy.
The balloon animal. Yeah, okay. All right.
yeah. You can ask me whatever question you want, man. I'm just here to chill and vibe out. I'm enjoying you guys' shit.
All right. I do have 2 news articles I threw in my Discord if you want me to go over them.
Oh.
Yeah, what you got?
Give me that. Give it to me.
Let me open this up so I can get the full article here. All right. So, woman faces felony charges for forgetting to return Sabrina the Teenage Witch VHS 20 years ago.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So, this woman...
Blockbuster was out for blood, baby. They said, we're going bankrupt. We're taking your ass down with us.
This is Blockbuster doing this?
A woman in Texas received a nasty shock while trying to update her married name. She was a criminal for a crime she didn't even remember committing. She was guilty of a crime most people of a certain age have probably committed 20 years ago. She forgot to return a VHS tape. Karen McBride, 52, made a discovery during a trip to the DMV. The former Oklahoma resident moved to Texas, got married, and needed to update her information. I went to change my driver's license during COVID, and you had to make an appointment. They told me I had an issue in Oklahoma. McBride was mystified. Blah, 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 blah. Let's get to the good part. The first thing she told me was felony embezzlement.
Embezzlement? Okay, that's kind of
embezzlement for not returning a fucking VHS tape?
She told me it was over a VHS tape and I had to make her repeat it because I thought this was insane. She wasn't kidding. In 1999, someone had rented Sabrina the Teenage Witch in McBride's name from an Oklahoma video store called Movie Place. When no one returned, the VHS charges were filed. McBride was charged in March of 2000 for felony embezzlement of rented property.
Okay, I don't mean to interrupt, but 99 was the year I was born, so this bitch is older than me. These charges are older than I am.
I'm so fucking old.
I mean,
that's what you take from this? Is that you're old? Dude,
yeah. Well, he said he was born in 99.
Oh, okay, but isn't the statute of limitations like 10 years on something like that?
I think whenever you get convicted or charged, there is no statute of limitations because you're convicted.
How the fuck do you get convicted without going to court?
They probably filed.
Oh my god!
They probably filed something. Yeah,
they were going.
It's kind of like debt. They can file like a complaint against you, and it can get an automatic judgment if you don't show up or do anything with it. So, but here's one thing I don't get. The charges stated that McBride did willingly, unlawfully, and felony embezzle a certain video cassette tape, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, of the value of $58.59.
$16 for that movie?
Hold on, you're gonna have to run that back for me. What for Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch, released in 1999.
Okay,
dude,
be like
some fucking extended cut VHS. Jesus.
No wonder Movie Place went out of business, dude. Most places won't even try to stop you from shoplifting unless it's over $100, and they're like, "No, we're trying to stop you. We're gonna charge you." It's like, what?
So the thing is it wasn't even her. It was somebody using her name.
That's fucking shocked.
All right, so here it says, however, McBride isn't alone in accidentally keeping a VHS tape past its return date, and surprisingly, she's not the first person to face charges for it. In 2016, a North Carolina man was arrested for failing to return a VHS cassette he rented in 2002. Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, the worst movie ever.
So I need to know, Breezy, why didn't you just take the fucking movie back?
Okay, but what if you didn't have the movie? What if you lost it or sold it like a garage sale or something?
Dude, there's no way. Okay, there's no. I'm not even mad that she was charged with that. I'm mad at Movie Palace for seeking criminal charges over one VHS tape a year after it was rented.
Yeah, I know there was a law passed because Blockbuster was basically doing accrual charges where it was just get more and more and more. And eventually there was a law passed, but I didn't know they could hit you with felony embezzlement.
Embezzlement. That's not even.
I mean,
Hey,
How is that embezzlement though? Because
what are
isn't
you?
embezzlement like hiding your cash and fucking other things?
Well, embezzlement's stealing money.
Yeah, stealing money, which, but I just
But
imagine
how's
going to
that stealing
prison.
money? It's a apparently a $60 VHS tape that shouldn't be worth $60 at all.
Imagine going to prison, dude. It's just like, what are you in for? Embezzlement.
I
Oh,
stole the
yeah,
fucking
me too,
Sabrina
man. What
Teenage
you?
Witch
How much did
VHS.
you put away? $60 in the form of a Sabrina the Teenage Witch VHS. How about you? 1 trillion. Yeah.
Guaranteed you're the most hard person in that yard, though.
Dude.
So if anyone would like to take a look at that article, it's in my Discord under Balderdash topics.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna need an invite to this Discord because I need to read this shit. This is fucking wild.
That is so dumb, dude. That is probably the epitome of petty. Like, you do not get more petty than charging someone for embezzlement of a Sabrina the Teenage Witch VHS tape.
Right?
I'm just impressed that somebody would want to take you to court over a Sabrina the Teenage Witch VHS tape.
Dude, whoever it was had a bad day. Somebody said the wrong thing. Oh yeah.
That manager had to have gotten yelled at by like 17 different Karens that day.
Oh, what's your
All right,
next
so
one?
I got another one. All right, now
Oh
this
my
one
God.
I kind of understand because before I got into streaming, I was a huge Pokemon Go player, participated in
Yes,
local
sir.
tournaments and everything.
Oh no.
All right, police officers fired for ignoring LA robbery in progress to play Pokemon Go.
I saw
Let's
this
go.
shit, dude.
Let's
I
go.
saw it. Oh my God. They had
Man's had his priorities right.
Oh, okay, keep going because the worst
right.
part is that it gets better. It gets so much better.
Recently released court documents show the men lost their appeal against multiple counts of misconduct, which had been in part based on a recording of them in their patrol car. 2 officers, yeah, that's the title. The men, I'm not going to pronounce their names, lost their appeal against multiple courts of conduct, which had in part been based on a recording of them in their car. The digital in-car system captured them willfully abdicating their duty to assist a commanding officer's response to a robbery in progress and playing Pokemon mobile phone game while on duty. According to the court's documents published on Friday, it's blah, blah, blah. With multiple, it's just a robbery. Instead of responding to the call, Lorenzo, who a commanding officer spotted in a patrol car, tucked back in an alley just feet away from Macy's and stated to bring back up down the alley, away from the robbery. In an initial investigation, the officers claimed they could not hear the radio, but the commanding officer then reviewed to find out what they do on their average day. In reviewing the recording, it was discovered that they had heard the radio call and agreed to ignore the officer responding to rather than to assist them. Just minutes later, Alonzo Mitchell began talking about the Pokemon Go, and for approximately the next 20 minutes, the tape captured them discussing Pokemon as they drove to different locations where virtual creatures apparently appeared on their mobile phones.
Oh, dude.
They
Okay.
better have gotten a Charizard out of this. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Let's take a second and let's break this down.
Oh, wait, no, hold up. I gotta read this next part.
Okay.
During the period, the men caught 2 rare Pokemon, a Snorlax and a Togetic. Although it was not clear whether the suspects in the robbery were apprehended by their colleagues. As an experienced and veteran Pokemon Go player, Snorlax and Togetic are not that fucking rare.
Well, when was this written? Like, when was this article released?
January 11th.
I was gonna say like last week.
They got a Snorlax and a Togetic. They think that's rare in 2022.
Bro,
Yeah.
we're gonna break this down here. We gotta break this down, okay? So first of all, we're in LA, right?
Okay.
LAPD. That's where we're gonna start. All right. Now, when you imagine LAPD, right?
I'm thinking straight up the movie End of Watch.
Yeah, you think you think Hollywood, right? End of Watch. There's plenty of TV shows about LAPD. LAPD is mentioned all the time. They're one of the biggest, like whatever you want to call it, right? Police precincts that we all know of. Now, you get accepted to be a street cop, and you're with your own patrol car for LAPD. All right.
Yeah.
So that'll put you in their shoes. Now, your not your friend, not your colleague, your commanding officer requests backup not far from your location on a robbery.
Yup.
And you ignore that to play Pokemon Go in a car that has recording devices all over it, while I would imagine wearing body cams as well that are more than likely recording. And you're gonna be surprised, like, dude, that would happen if you were working at a Target as a cart attendant and they called you over the radio requesting more carts. You would get fired for playing Pokemon Go instead of getting carts, let alone not stopping a robbery in progress to play Pokemon Go.
I mean, obviously these two are not intelligent.
How the hell are they going to get a job after that? They're not. No one's going to hire them.
No one's going to hire them. But, like, the fact that they, like, I'd understand if, you know, it was like a Dragonite or a Mewtwo or something. Like, yeah, it's going to be, like, it's an actual rare Pokemon in Pokemon Go. But you're literally feet away from this robbery in progress. Dog, just put the fucking phone down.
All right, so I guarantee you here's what happens. Or here's what happened, is they were doing raids. So whenever you enter a raid in Pokemon Go, geographically you have to be on top of that gym where the raid is spawned.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they went to the raid, and then the raid takes about 2 minutes till it starts after you click go in and everything. So what happened was they saw a raid. It was probably almost out of time, and they're like, okay, well, let's go do this quick. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Dude,
they went and did raids instead of dealing with somebody robbing the fucking Macy's.
That's almost like those people who were like back in 2016 when it was a big thing where people were getting tracked on Pokemon Go, and, like, you know, kids were there was abductions and assaults and all kinds of stuff over Pokemon Go, right? It's like that, but worse because it's the cops. Like, there's no way around it. And then, okay, here's something that the article didn't say that I did see, because I did see this because it happened the day before my birthday. It popped up on my news feed when I was on my phone. Their defense in court was trying to say that the squad car footage was inadmissible in court.
They're just dumb fucks. Just fire up and move the fuck on.
Oh my god!
It's the entire fucking evidence.
Dude.
You're fired. You're a shitbag. Pick a different career. You know, go be a fucking UPS driver or something and make everybody's packages late because you got to go catch the fucking Togetic.
I would rather have my package be late because you're trying to catch a Pokemon than get killed in a robbery because you're trying to catch a Pokemon.
Right.
This is the I wanted to make a very bad joke. I was going to say this is the type of police reform we need to see, but that's not.
That's not a good look for the LAPD. Well,
No.
How do they get past? Like, how do you get through all of the? I know that there's not a ton of training, right? But there is still a lot, and there's a lot of vetting, and there's a lot of, like, all this stuff. How does someone so childish get through that? It's nuts. It's just nuts.
Once you get past the academy and stuff, and once you get through your, like, rookie boot phase, things kind of slack off. And, like, I understand, like, you know, you're trying to chill on your probably stressful as fuck job, but dog, you're within, what did you say, like 20 feet from the fucking robbery.
What did they catch again? What were their spoils of war?
Snorlax and a Togetic.
Okay, nice. Well done.
Nothing important in Pokemon Go.
I just want to know if they were shiny or not.
Probably fucking not.
Wow.
I'm gonna be completely honest. It's probably not shinies.
That is I don't know. I can't do anything but laugh at that, dude. That is
it's so fucked up.
You gotta laugh at the stupidity of it, but, like, if something would have went seriously wrong, it could have been very bad. Like, the LAPD would have been paying, like, millions in reparations for what happened if something had gone horribly.
Oh, somebody had gotten killed or something? Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And then, you know, the city of LA is going to try to, like, basically sue Niantic for the reparations themselves because it was what caused their officers to do this dumb shit.
Niantic has been dodging lawsuits since they fucking invented the game.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's been a minute. Hey, I got a question for you. So we were watching a Netflix show. It's hold on. Let me look up the name. Because I can't ever remember.
Take your time. It's not like we're doing a podcast. Right
I know. It just popped in my head. It's called Fate. Fate the Winx Saga. It's a
like
adult
a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, but it's no. This is a live action. It's based off the books. It's an adult, like it's TV mature.
Okay.
It's an adult fairy show. That sounds weird to say, but it's not really fairy. It's more like magicians. Like it's like magic and I don't know. There's a lot. It's not a kid's show. Okay, so just stop that. But in one of the scenes, the girl is the girl flashes back to when her parents took away her door because she slammed it in her mom's face. So her dad came up and took the door off the hinges and took the door.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you think that it's wrong to take a child's door? And at what age would it be wrong to take your kid's door?
Okay, so I've had this happen to me before. I got during my teen years, I wasn't the greatest behaved kid at all. So
Okay.
I'd say like for a dude, it's probably around the time where he starts, finding his internet, vibes.
When he starts whacking off. Yep.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
he starts it.
Yeah, when you start
It's
yanking.
probably about the time you need to stop taking his door or not take his door. Because his room is his inner sanctum. But for a girl, I can't really speak on that one. I'm not a female. But I would assume probably around the time she starts talking to boys.
What do you think, Red?
That's a tough
You
one.
are a parent, so
I am a parent.
It does hit a little different for you.
I don't think I would ever take either of my kids' doors.
Say they did something that warranted it, like say like you had that rule, like you have to have the door open when like a girl's over or something like that.
See, I feel like the age we live in,
Right.
it's so much easier for me to take everything else.
Oh yeah.
No phone, no computer, no laptop, no tablet, no TV.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And give them nothing to do. Keep your door. But now you have nothing to do in your room.
Yeah.
True.
So I don't think I would ever take either of my kids' doors. I don't know if they slam it and I got angry enough, maybe for a day, but I don't think so.
I don't ever take my kids' doors.
My parents never took our doors. But there was really no, like, it's not like we weren't in our rooms though. Like we slept and we changed clothes in there and that was it. Like we didn't spend time in our rooms. We played outside. We played on our gaming consoles were on the television. Like I didn't have a TV in my room. I didn't have game consoles in my room. I didn't have a computer in my room. All of that was in like either family spaces or on the playing on a laptop on the kitchen table. Like we didn't really spend time in our rooms. So like I don't know. I don't think that like it's necessarily wrong. I just think that it's a dumb punishment.
I think it's a dumb punishment as well, especially since I've lived it. But like I agree with you because like yeah, I'm younger generation, everything. Like I still spend a lot of my time outside, like playing sports or doing whatever. I didn't really start chilling out in my room until I turned 16. I had my own Xbox One and everything, and was just vibing with the boys because I was smoking weed and shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I grew up pioneering dial-up internet.
Woo-wee. Gonna get that modem running.
He was one of the first to travel out west and didn't like it, so he went back.
He had to go out west to the pioneer days of DSL with the ASL.
I didn't see DSL till I was a man. All right. I was already an adult.
Wow.
I had dial-up. Nee, nee, nee. That's what I listened to. And you know what? You couldn't make a fucking phone call whenever you were on the internet.
Dude, you want to know what's funny? So
You know what's funny? We didn't even have Pornhub. We had freehotpics.com is what we had. And it was pictures, not videos.
you had
right?
you had MySpace.
We did have MySpace. MySpace was amazing. I wish it would make a comeback.
Yeah. No, so even though I grew up, I don't know, man. We didn't have a lot of like tech. I think it's because we didn't grow up very well off.
Okay.
But like we got one game. Like me and my brother, we had one. Like my dad bought us the gaming consoles, right? But he would only get them on Black Friday when they were like 70% off or whatever, and we got them for Christmas. Now, if we wanted a new game, we had to get our own money to buy the new game. If we wanted a new controller, like because we broke ours, then we had to spend the money to buy a new controller.
Yep.
And with that, we were also very active. Like we were into airsoft. We rode our bikes. We did kid stuff. Like I don't know. It's really weird to hear like people my age that didn't grow up doing that kind of stuff. Like grew up playing video games and that was it. It's so foreign to me because like I drank out of my neighbor's hose and we played with the kids in the neighborhood, and we would go to we would go to airsoft fields and shoot each other with airsoft guns and paintballing and ride our dirt bikes as far as we could. Yeah, one of my dude, did you have
slip and slide?
The slip and slides, dude. Slip and slide with my parents. So they tried to get us an above ground pool one year. It was on sale at Kmart for $150, right?
That's how it's a while ago because Kmart just basically doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, right. So they go and they get this above ground pool and we're loving it. We're enjoying it. We're out there. We're swimming all the time. It wasn't heated. It had a chlorine filter that didn't work very well, and you filled it with the garden hose. So even in the prime of summer in Colorado, dude, it was still, the water was probably still like 65 degrees. It was so fucking cold, right? And that was
and your nuts were shrinking.
Dude, that was like the best thing ever, right? And then the pool, my dad didn't like it because it cost a lot of money to fill it up with water, right? So instead, he bought us a slip and slide. Well, we had a large backyard. Now, here's the thing. My dad tried really hard to make the backyard as level and as nice as he possibly could, but it was pretty large, and so there was a point where he kind of just gave up. And so my mom, one day, she made the mistake of letting me and my brother set up the slip and slide. So we set up the slip and slide in the bumpiest part of the yard, and I ended up smashing my face into the ground, dude. I was sliding. I got a running start, dived onto this thing, and ate shit, dude. I did like almost damn near a front flip, just face first into this little bump that was in the slip and slide. Yeah, dude, it was. Oh yeah.
So here's the bright idea. Me and Spades grew up together. Spades Devil in my chat, and we lived alongside a creek. Well, we're in Pennsylvania, so the creeks freeze over in the winter. Me and him decided it would be an amazing idea to build a bike ramp out on the ice of the creek.
Ah, there you go.
And then go ramp our bikes on it.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
A lot of pain, a lot of blood. But there was a couple, we made work and it was successful. So we were kind of impressed with ourselves. But yeah, that was the kind of stupid shit we did as kids. We shot each other with BB guns.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we spent a lot of time in the woods.
See, I feel like maybe that's why I relate to people that are much older than me. Like, to not much older, but in their 30s, right? Is because I grew up doing the dumb shit that you guys grew up doing, just solely because my parents didn't want us to have a lame childhood, right? Like they always pushed us outside to go and be active, to do things. When you built your ramps, did you build them out of a sheet of plywood and just stack 2x4s on top of each other until it got to a height that you could be happy with, and then screw it all
on
together?
On the ice, we built them out of ice.
Well, yeah, I know that, but did you ever build those ramps?
Yeah, we used a cinder block and a 2x4 usually.
Yeah, we would do 2x4s, but then we had a baseball field across the street from our house for the school that was out there. It wasn't a very good baseball field. The grass stood up, so like if you were to try to run from the sand to the grass, you would trip and fall. So what we did, it probably stood up, I don't know, maybe 3 inches or so. So we would put the 2x4 plane, like the 2x4 ramp that we had built, we'd carry it across the street and we'd set it up on the grass. And we thought we were the coolest thing, dude. We'd probably get like maybe 4 feet off the ground, and whoo, we were awesome. One time I was riding my bike, dude, and I got way higher than I'd ever gotten before. And my feet slipped off the pedals.
Oh no, did you drop yourself?
Oh, dude, I landed on the I landed on that bar so hard, I fell over and just like laid there pondering life for about 2 minutes, dude. It was so, I smashed that thing so hard, destroyed my knees and my shins, just wrecked myself. Oh man, best memory I have of my childhood, right there.
Hey, Legend.
What?
We're either gonna need to make a cut or keep it going. I have to piss.
Okay.
And it's cutting to the point where it's not an option.
Okay.
You're back.
All right. While Red takes a quick break, DR, it's been amazing having you on here. I appreciate you joining in spontaneously.
Yes, sir. Hey, I got one thing to say. I might have you guys beat on some of the dumb shit you did.
Okay.
Me and my cousins would go into my grandmother's house, right? In her basement. It's all concrete. We would set up like couch cushions and pillows and do WWE matches on that shit. Full on like WWE matches. I shit you not. There was one day where we were just doing swanton bombs off this fucking rocking chair. And I smacked my head on concrete like 4 times and was perfectly fine because, that's what we did as kids.
Yeah, I don't know. All the dumb shit we did, dude, I don't even remember. Me and my brother would roughhouse all the time. I grew up, my family is, I have 2 older sisters and a younger brother, but my 2 older sisters are not girly girls, dude. They are tomboys, both of them. And they could probably kick anyone's ass. I don't care who you are. My sisters are badass, dude, and they would throw me and my brother around, like, because they're 5 years older than me, 6 years older than him, and them 2 are a year apart, I think.
Yeah.
So they were always bigger than us, but yeah, they would throw us around. But yeah, DR, it's been great having you on here. I really appreciate you coming by. The line is open. But I'm going to kick you out and see if we can get if anyone else wants to get in here.
For sure.
Hey, good talking to you, man.
Later, Red.
All right. He's a good time. I haven't talked to Dior hardly at all, to be honest.
I know him from your chat. That's about the extent of it for me.
The big old swag daddy, dude. Yeah,
Daddy.
There's
born
a
in
lot.
1999. I was already almost graduating high school.
Yeah, I know, fucking youngin, dude. No, I would say, what is one thing? I'm gonna ask you this. What is one thing that kids nowadays? We'll say kids born after 2014, right? So they're still really young. They're young kids. What is something that they're gonna miss out on that we had, or that you had? That you
time outside,
playing outside, just in general.
Yeah, time outside.
Yeah.
I would say finding a good barber.
Finding a good barber in your haircut.
No, Uncle Legends.
Yeah. You guys need to hit up my barber. He's amazing.
Fucking Edward Scissorhand over there.
What's up, Vash?
What's up, bud?
Hey.
You know, I saw open mic night, so I was like, I'll come in and say hi to my boys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's open mic.
Yep.
I don't know who Mike is, but he's open.
Yeah.
He's open about everything.
Just live my best life over here. Not getting any bobs or
no boobs.
Nope, still trying. It's a struggle. But,
How are you feeling? Are you still feeling like shit?
I mean, apparently I'm grouchy today. I've only heard it like a handful of times. But I don't feel terrible. My sinuses are really really thickened out, but it's all good.
Okay.
So you you and Breezy started your own podcast, right?
Yeah. I'm actually just downloaded, or getting ready to edit the episode 2.
How is that? How's that going so far?
It's a blast, dude. It's a blast. We have fun. We had fun doing the first one, and the second one was a little bit better than the first one, I would think. But
Okay.
it's been a blast. Kind of like you said earlier, it's kind of, when you find someone you kind of mesh with and you kind of have fun with, it's easy to do. But um, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been easy, especially when you have the chemistry that you two have and that we have. It's just easy to go in. It doesn't take me long to edit. I just go in, copy, cut, and then boom, shoot it out. Done.
Boom. Do you,
You
I haven't seen, I'm going to be honest with you. I need to go back and listen to the first 2. I haven't seen either one of them live. And both days I was with my wife. So
oh, dude,
that
it's
one's
all
on
good.
me.
No, dude, it's all good. But yeah, I'm getting ready to post the second one. The second one will be live Wednesday morning, so you'll be able to catch both of those on Spotify and Apple and all that stuff.
Oh, there you go.
So everybody would know we had Fly Breezy and we had It's Me Vash both as guests. Vash, why don't you go ahead and give the name of your podcast?
Oh yeah. So me and Breezy are the hosts of the Late Night Fresh Air podcast, where basically we get some quote unquote fresh air and have a drink or two, and we literally just shoot the shit. I mean, kind of like what y'all are doing now, but not sober. So.
But
Not sober. Okay. All right.
we should attempt a not sober one at some point. I feel like it'd be a disaster.
Uncle Legend, absolutely not. It'll go like absolutely not Uncle Legend. It'll be just like your haircut. And
It probably would. Yeah, I'm a disaster when I'm not sober.
yeah, I'm saying,
Yeah.
Your poor fucking wife, dog.
I know.
Your poor
I know.
Your poor wife.
Dude, the worst time. So I'm gonna tell you guys a story, and I'm going to get shit for this story, but I don't care.
God.
So New Year's Eve 2019. So the end of 2019, going into 2020. We flew out. So we were living in Ohio at the time. We flew out to Colorado to spend time with our families. And New Year's Eve, we were with her family. And we were all, oh, dude, we were all trashed. We were all very, very drunk. And at some point it came up who we were going to kiss at midnight, right? And so I was like, oh, I'm going to kiss my wife. And she goes, I don't want to kiss you. You're drunk. And I was like, so are you. And she's like, why don't you just kiss my brother? So I looked her brother dead in the eye and planted one on him, dude. Just fucking right at midnight, dude. Just kiss that man right there. And she, oh my God, she was laughing her ass off so hard. And she wouldn't kiss me. She would not kiss me. That entire New Year's Eve. So yeah, that's what she has to put up with when I'm drunk.
Well, I had the pleasure of spending New Year's with Hannah girl this year, and we were going to do Painting with a Twist, and poor girl got twisted right before we got there. We had ordered I had ordered a cranberry vodka, and she had ordered some, I don't even know, it had some fucking flowers in it, I know that. And she was like, I'm not a fan. So I gave her my cranberry vodka. I drank whatever she had, and she looked at me and she was like, no more. I'm ordering like 1 or 2 more. She was like, I can't do it. I'm already there. I said, well, that's good. We're going to, so we go to paint, and everybody's drinking, and we're the only ones not drinking because there's no way that she's going to drive my truck off of 1 cranberry vodka and she's toast. No shot.
Right.
And then, I mean, I can have a fair amount before I'm like, hey, my keys, please. But the place was literally right across the street, so we would have made it eventually, but.
Made it eventually?
But anyway, boys, I just wanted to hop in and say hi. I love you guys. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's podcast, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Hey, we love you too, brother. Dude, I gotta say, I want to. Okay, we're gonna share drinking stories real quick because my favorite drinking story was actually when I didn't do anything stupid. It was just one of the best memories that I've had with my wife. So when we moved back to Colorado from Ohio, we were on a very rocky place. We were in a very rocky place with our relationship because Ohio just destroyed us, destroyed our relationship. And so we took for our anniversary, we went to this this really nice hotel at the base of the mountains. That was like it had its own little town around it, dude. It had some eateries, it had little shops you could go to, and then the hotel itself had a bar inside of it. So we went to the steakhouse, and I ordered every time I go to a steakhouse, I order an old fashioned. That's what I always get. I always get an old fashioned. So I ordered an old fashioned, and she will not drink. She doesn't like beer. She doesn't like straight liquor. And so she drinks like quintessential girly drinks like wine and super fruity where you can't taste the alcohol drinks. So she gets one of those. I get an old fashioned. We're just sitting there chatting and everything. I have another one. She has another one. And before you know it, I'm feeling a little buzzed. Nothing crazy. And she's a lightweight, dude. So she's feeling it, bro. So we walk back to the hotel and she's like, let's sit at the bar and drink. I was like, okay. So we're sitting at the bar, we're drinking, and we're talking, dude, and you guys know, like, if anybody's seen my drunk streams, you know that when I drink, I get loud, right? Like, I talk loud, I am loud. So
yeah.
So
I've seen you drunk numerous times. I watch your streams.
So we're drinking, we're talking very loudly out on this balcony, and before you know, it's like midnight, right? And so she's like, oh, I'm gonna go. She wanted to go get something from the room. I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been like her chapstick or something. And so I walk out and I take my vape and I'm sitting there and I'm vaping outside. You know, I'm respectful. I'm a respectful vapor. If you can't smoke there, you can't vape, right? So I'm outside, and this guy's standing in the parking lot, and I start talking to him. Well, he's a contractor, but he also races. We're right down the street from Bandimere Speedway, is where we're at, and Bandimere is one of the best, I think it is the highest altitude drag strip in the United States, right?
Yeah.
It's over a mile above sea level. So we're talking about cars and everything, and my wife comes back down, and she can't find me. So she's looking all over the bar. Trying to find me and everything. And I'm just outside smoking with this guy, talking to him, and we're talking up a storm, dude. We're just sitting there chatting and everything. Next thing I know, dude, it's been like 45 minutes, and my wife, she couldn't find me. So I walk back. I'm like, oh shit, I'm married. And so I walk back into the bar, and she's sitting at the table.
I'm married. What the fuck?
She's sitting at the table, drinking. She had ordered another one or whatever, and I come down, and I sit next to her, and she's like, where were you? And I was like, oh, out smoking, making friends. And she was like, oh, just every time you get drunk, you just talk to everybody around you. And I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, you talk to the bartender, you talk to the girls at the bar, you talk to the guys at the bar, you talk to the old guys. All right. She goes, you don't care. You just talk to everybody at the bar. And I'm like, okay, is that going to be a problem? And she goes, no, I got some peace and quiet because you were sitting here talking to me the whole time.
Probably my best drinking story. I don't have a lot. I don't drink a lot, but probably my best drinking story. Guy I work with, his name is James. He's a real good friend of mine. We've been friends for probably 10 years. So I was newly single. Ex-wife rolled out of town. James had a girlfriend. But we're like, okay, let's go fishing, you know?
Oh, nice.
You know, we both enjoy catfishing. So over to our side of the river I drove. We went fishing and everything. So we're sitting on the bed of the truck. We got our folding chairs up, bullshit. And, you know, we got music blaring out the truck and everything. Catching catfish and everything. He's like, all right, well, I got to head home because my old lady's going to kill me if I stay out too late. I'm like, no worries, man. I get it. You know, I'm single now. You're not. No more partying. Goes to start the truck and it just clicks.
Oh, you left it in battery?
Click, click. Like, fuck. We're like, what do we do? He's like, oh, I'll call Matt, my other friend, and maybe, you know, he'll swing down. Well, he didn't get off work for another hour. So we had an hour to kill. Luckily, there was a bar 120 yards up the road.
Oh, yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
we go up to the bar. My favorite drink is a Captain and Coke.
Okay.
So I probably had 6 or 7 Captain and Cokes. We're shooting pool, flirting with the local girls, the whole 9 yards, all that fun stuff. Well, his friend shows up. Well, we didn't want him to just show up and start the truck and leave. That'd be rude. So we bought him a couple drinks.
Right.
So before we know it, they're doing last call at the bar.
Oh
We have
no.
been drinking since 10.
Oh no.
We go down. We're like, okay, let's go jump the truck. It's time. So we go down to the truck. He puts the key in, turns the key, it fires right up. Starts right up. His buddy showed up for nothing. Dude, the looks I got from his old lady when we got back to his place. And like I was feeling pretty fucking good. I'm not a heavy drinker. And James was like, "Hey, just come in, sleep on the couch, not a big deal." And she's like, "No, he's fine to drive. He'll be okay." Yeah. That was probably my best drinking story as far as what happened. I don't drink a lot, but
I don't know, man. When I lived in Ohio, I had a buddy. He was a work friend of mine, and his dad passed. And the whole story of why his dad passed was really sad and everything. But fast forward about a month after his dad passed, he calls me up. Dude, it's like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. I had just got home from out of town, and he calls me up and he goes, "Hey, I really just need someone to talk to tonight. Can you come to the bar in my town and we can hang out?" And I'm like, I don't know, man. I just got home. And he goes, "Look, I wouldn't call you if I didn't need someone. I just need someone." I'm like, fine. Like, okay. Well, his town, where did he live? So I lived at the time in Massillon, Ohio, which is right by Canton. It's about a half an hour southeast of Canton,
okay.
which is where the NFL Hall of Fame is. And he lived in Minerva, which is about an hour away from me at 8 o'clock at night. So I'm like, all right, fine. So I kiss my wife. I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I got to go." And I drive to this bar, dude. And I walk in the bar. And how do you, let's say you're meeting a friend at a bar. I'm going to ask you this. How do you walk into the bar?
How do I walk into the bar or on my feet?
Well, yeah, but
my
like,
legs.
where do you go? You walk in the bar, where do you go?
I usually go up to the bar.
Yeah, you try to find your buddy at the bar, right? You're like, okay,
Yeah.
where's my buddy at? I
I
walk
probably
in.
go order a drink and find my buddy.
Yeah, so I walk in and I'm like, man, I don't know where he's at. So I walk in and the bartender's busy. She's busy, and I see my buddy. He's at the far end of the bar. So I walk over and I start chatting up with my buddy and everything. The bartender comes over in a rage, dude. She's just like, "What? You think you could walk in here without talking to the bartender and just start?" And I'm like, "Whoa, hold the fuck on." I was like, "Okay, here's my ID. Bring me like a Bud Light or something. I don't know. Just
She's just chewing you out.
Dude, she was so mad. So she brings me a Bud Light, right? And I'm drinking with him and everything. And the owner comes over, and she's probably in her 60s. I don't know. This old small town lady, fucking plastered. Grabs my butt, starts like grabbing me, like just like feeling up on me and everything. And I just like, I look at my buddy, I'm like, "Who the fuck is this lady?" And he goes, "Oh, she's the owner." And I was like, fuck. He was like, okay. So I like get away from her, right? I'm like, "Get the fuck away from me."
That sounds like free drinks for the night. What do you mean
dude,
get away from you?
Oh my God. And so then like I've been drinking, we're playing pool, we're having a good time. Some of his other buddies were there, and I knew everyone, right? Because we all, like, all of his friends, we all worked together pretty much. And and finally he's like, "Hey, you want to?" He's like, "Do you smoke?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "Oh, do you mind if we go smoke some weed?" And I was like, "Sure, whatever." I was like, "Here, I'll just come outside and join you. I'll vape, and you guys can." So we're out there. And the reason that they go to this bar, it's not right by his house. It's about a 15-minute drive for him. And he lives in a small town, so he drives to the next town over. They're on the county line and it's not yet legal for recreational use there. So he lights up and he looks at me and he goes, "You want to since you're not smoking, you want to keep an eye out for the cops?" And I was like, "Okay." not really digging this. I was like, oh, sure, whatever, bro.
Be
Like,
on lookout.
yeah, I was like, your dad just passed. I go, whatever. You need it. I'm there.
Yep.
And a cop starts rolling down the street. And I'm like, hey, there's a cop coming. And he looks and he goes, they're from the other county. They don't give a shit. And I was like, well, what am I here for then? He goes, well, if one starts coming from the other way, we got to cross the street. So we're in the other county.
Oh my God.
Dude, he did that. They did that 3 times that night, right? So I had just gotten back. I had worked a 16-hour shift out of town and drove back that day. So come around like 11 o'clock midnight, I'm getting really tired, and I'm like, all right, dude. I was like, look, I haven't been drinking for like an hour and a half, whatever. I'm sobered up. I'm driving home. I was like, I gotta go home, and he's like, you want to crash at my place? And I was like, no. I don't. I was like, I do not want to crash here. I'm going home to my wife. I've spent 2 weeks straight out of town. I'm going home to my wife. I go home, and I did not plan to be out that late. And I walk in the front door, dude. And the light, I was like, oh, she left me the light on. That's nice of her. Walk in, open up the front door. My wife is sitting there on the couch, legs crossed, both the dogs on her lap. She just looks at me and she goes, oh, I didn't know if you still lived here. I was like, oh, no, dude.
That's fucking great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's,
All right, folks. Well, we're coming up on our mark. I want to let everyone know that next week, I don't think I'm going to be live on Twitch whenever we're doing a podcast. I do believe I'm going to be live on our podcast channel on YouTube.
So go sub to the YouTube.
Go sub to our YouTube. I'll be live over on YouTube. We're just doing a little test, see how things go. Still figuring everything out we're going to do here.
Yeah, so we run right now. The way that we do the podcast, if for anybody listening, if anybody watching the recording, we both stream live the recording of the podcast. So you can have both perspectives, both chats, the whole 9. So Uncle Legend and Red Devil 321, those are the 2 Twitch channels. Red, we've talked about it in the past. And Red took it upon himself to say, hey, let's try this out. So yeah, YouTube for him next week. I'll be over here on Twitch. We're trying to get the whole thing figured out. So we're not huge on how it is right now with the whole 2 channel, 2 chats, 2 this, 2 that, 2 everything. So we're trying to figure it out. We're working through it. We're new to podcasting and we're both kind of dumb. So it takes a little bit longer for us to do anything. But
well, we're trying some stuff,
Give us topics, give us questions, give us anything, whether it's on Twitter, on Discord, in our chats. We love to answer them. We answer your guys' questions every week. Whatever comes in, if we get 100 questions, we will answer 100 questions. We do the best that we can to answer everything and get to every question. You can also leave comments on YouTube. I check the YouTube videos pretty much daily to see if anybody's left any comments, anything that you guys would like us to discuss. And that's not just questions about us or the podcast or anything like that. If you guys just have general, you want us to cover a topic, you want us to talk about something, we're open to any of it. Next week, we're really hoping to nail down a solid guest. We haven't had one in 2 podcasts. So if you are looking to be on the podcast and you want to join us, you're going to have to join one of our Discords, whether it be Devil's Den or Uncle's House. Both of the Discord channels are in our Twitch chats as well as in the link in the YouTube video below. Join in there, go to the guest requests and let us know that you want to be on and we'll fit you in where you need to be. So,
and you can always DM us too. Like, not a big deal. You feel more comfortable DMing us? No worries.
But as always, you guys are absolutely amazing. We appreciate all the feedback. The podcast has actually been growing, I'd say, pretty well considering how new it is. Yeah,
I'm happy with how it's been going. We're getting quite a few listens on different platforms.
Yeah,
like I said, this is one of the things I really look forward to every week. So
yeah. So with that being said, we love you guys. As always, don't eat yellow snow. And don't climb in the back of a van that you don't know the driver of. I'm Uncle Legend. That's Red Devil. And this has been the Balderdash podcast, baby.